to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Chris Busi joins me here at Miguel's, the weigh-in ahead of tomorrow night show in Tolworth. How are you, my man?
I'm good, man. How are you, Oscar? How you doing?
Good, mate. I'm good. Looking forward to tomorrow night show, of course. In a busy Miguel's gym, as always. You just weighed in. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good, feeling good. I'm ready to fuel up and just get ready to get down to work tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of hungry fighters in there. A lot of moody fighters in there as well. Usually we get told to not speak to fighters on weigh-in day because there's a couple of miserable ones, but there we go.
Some people do really get grumpy. Some people really get grumpy. And they get, so yeah, man. Nah, I can understand that completely, yeah.
Some trainers dealing with tempers in there. I said to you before this, because it's your first time on IFL, I think it's a perfect time to just do a little bit of a get to know. Some people, if they want to jump on the journey, can know a bit about you and your background. So we'll jump straight in. I'll kind of ask you your first boxing memory, or perhaps the first thing you can remember where you was kind of like, yeah, this is the sport for me.
So I've been boxing for quite a long time, actually. I started boxing when I was about 14 years old. I'm from Peckham area. So I started boxing when I was 14 years old and boxed for the Hollerton boxing gym. And that's probably dates back to my first memory. I had my first amateur bout in 2011. So it's gone. I've been doing it for a while now.
You come from a boxing family, or was it something that you kind of picked up from friends, or?
No. So initially, how I started was my older brother, brought that idea to me because obviously he was getting into little bits in trouble back in the day. So he just brought that idea to me, and I kind of just tagged along, and it's just been history since then. Yeah.
And was there a point, kind of, when you started and you're having these amateur fights where it perhaps clicked in your head and went, this isn't just a hobby, I'm actually quite good at this, and maybe there's a potential career path for me here?
Yeah, definitely. I would say when I won the Haringey Box Cup. Before that, I knew, because I was never before boxing. I was never much of a fighter. I was very soft-spoken, kept myself to myself, and getting into boxing and finding out that I'm actually good at it, and I could make something out of it. I can see myself going far. I just pushed on.
And you said you won the Haringey Box Cup. What other sort of stuff did you do as an amateur that you would kind of say is notable?
So I boxed in the Haringey Box Cup, competed in the national ABAs twice, got to the London finals once. What else did I do? Haringey Box Cup. What else? I boxed abroad a few times, represented London and England, in Germany and a few other places. Yeah.
Obviously, then you move into the pros. You're 2-0 now. From your perspective, because everyone I ask this has different answers, what's been the main difference for you? Obviously, only early in your pro career, but what's been the difference between the pros and amateurs that has been most notable to you?
The amateurs is more about, you do the amateurs because you love the sport. You love the sport and you just want to box. But coming into the pros, I've realised now that it's a business first. It's a business before anything, you know what I mean? So that's definitely one of the key things that I've noticed has changed since the amateurs. And not only that, I actually turned pro in 2019, but obviously because of the COVID, it messed everything up. So had my second bout in April of earlier this year, and coming out for my third outing now. So yeah, just hopefully now that I can just keep ticking. Do you know what I mean? I want to be as busy as possible.
So activeness is obviously key at this stage of your career. When you had that second fight, did it kind of feel like a debut once again? Because obviously, what would that have been? 3 years, basically. So is it the debut again? Yeah.
I was literally just about to say it. Like, it was my debut again. And yeah, it felt like I was debuting all over again. And I didn't, because of the 3-year layoff, I didn't feel like I got a chance to really show my skill set. Because I'm in there shaking the rust off and anything, trying to find my range and everything, trying to find my feet in there again. As much as we spar and you do all the other stuff, nothing comes close to when you're actually performing. So it would just be good to just, you know what I mean, keep him going from now. Yeah.
Did you ever think in that 3-year period that it might not be boxing for you? Obviously, look, I know you would have had to do other things to get money during that time. But did you ever have that kind of consideration that perhaps boxing just kind of won't work? All right, it would have been unlucky circumstances out of your control. Did it ever cross your mind that you know, maybe this is something that just won't happen for me?
Not that it wouldn't happen for me. It was just
So you had to wait your turn.
yeah. So it was more so me waiting my turn, waiting for the whole COVID situation to blow over, and just wait my turn. You know what I mean. It was very hard being able to stay motivated and ticking over during that time, especially during such a time of uncertainty.
Do you know a lot of professional fighters, and have you got many fighters sort of in the game? I know loads of the boys here and on Dean shows kind of know each other, but are you kind of, this is your gym, yeah?
Yeah, this is the gym I'm based in at the moment. So if you ever want to come down, this is where I'm based in. As I said already, I'm originally from Peckham. So yeah, I know a lot of the boys that come down here. Chris Congo used to train down here, and a few others.
Well, he's a perfect example, because I was going to say, was it hard seeing people that you knew? All right, Chris is obviously at that level now, but was it hard seeing people you knew fight and succeed during COVID? When you're sitting on the sofa like, yeah, this is what I want to be doing.
And that's what it was. It was like, it was very hard and it was very discouraging in a sense, because it's not like it was a select few people that were still getting out and still being able to develop and push on with their career. So it was hard. It was a hard period. It definitely was, and it was really hard.
Obviously, we've got the chance now to get active and get going on Dean shows. Have you got kind of any goals set out? We just spoke about the uncertainty. There is uncertainty in boxing, injuries, pullouts, anything can happen. But have you kind of mapped a route that you want to go, or is it just, look, let's see what happens?
No. It's funny you say that, because I was actually speaking to my coach about this a few days ago. And next year, I just want to get a lot more busy. You know what I mean? Hopefully, if I can get 4 or 5 fights in the year. And also at the end of the year, I would like to challenge for a Southern Area title. So that's like a short-term goal. But ultimately, I would want to push on to a British title and eventually a world level, compete for a world championship.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.